Well, as you can see, we made a lot of progress this weekend. We prepped, that's where the plastic comes in and a lot of the coverings over the spaces, the vehicle for spraying the spray foam over the top. It's an automotive spray foam, 3 pounds per cubic foot, closed cell, R rating of 85, something like that, and a E rating 85, sorry, which is the fire retardant rating. We sanded back then. You can see here the basic shape of the vehicle. We had some low spots we're going to have to fill in. This was just the first spray. But overall, you can see the basic shape of the vehicle, like I was saying. The domed top to allow more headroom for front and rear passengers on the driver and passenger side, and a lower space in the middle. It's not customary for cars to be lower in the middle than on the sides, but in this case, we do need to reduce frontal area as much as possible. So anywhere we can squeak out a couple extra inches to reduce drag, we will. We still wanted to make sure 95th percentile could easily fit, so we have approximately 990 millimeters from the seat cushion center to the top. 965 in the prone position is 495th percentile. So we make it by about 1.5 inches. The rears, you can see the outline of the rear door here still, and then the front door is along here. These will be cut open once we put a second layer of foam over it to fill in the gaps and then sand it back. So then it'll still open. You have the gull wing opening on the door, which then tapers back into our rear window and fenders. We add a little decorative speed bump here, or I'm not sure what you want to call it. It is a cover for the strut mount. The car has such a low profile that the strut mount stuck up a little higher, so we added that into the design. As you come around the back side, you get a good look at what the car's going to look like from the back, and you can still see the openings here where we didn't quite have enough foam in place, and we'll spray that a second time. We're about to epoxy it now. We're going to epoxy this half of the vehicle. It's shaped the way we want it, and then when we go back to spray it a second time and then sand it down, when we sand, we'll be stopping at the epoxy. But you can see back, we've got our license plate in place, and the driver's side of the vehicle is also shaped, but it's a little bit rougher. We're going to base this side of the vehicle, sorry, the passenger side of the vehicle is also shaped. It's a little bit rougher, but we're going to base this side of the vehicle on the driver's side after the second spray. So we're going to coat this now with a layer of epoxy and let that dry, and then the next step is to put the second layer of foam on it, build it up, shape it back down, and then we'll cover the entire thing with fiberglass. Cut out our doors, our trunk lids, the hood, get inside and start putting the interior in while a couple of the guys work on the outside on lights, headlights, door handles, trunk handles, and shaping the windows. How we're going to do that is our rear window sits here. We will draw our window patterns out on the windows in front, the side, the passenger rear. We'll draw them out, and then we'll take a like an artist's saw and or a I'm not sure what you want to call it, but yeah, a saw that can do accurate cuts, and we'll cut out along the lines for our windows. Then we'll take these out, and we're sending them to a place in Indiana that's going to make Lexan windows for us based on those shapes. And once we get the Lexan windows back, we'll have the space to put them in. We'll build up our ridges and apply the windows in the same manner we will the windshield with automotive grade sealants and edge trim edges.